Hey guys, Mike here from Old Man Things, and do a Friday night pipe chat. Guys, get your pipes out. I'm smoking, and I always say the wrong thing, but it's a Fanon 4072, and it's not traditional classic or something like that. It's a rusticated. It's really nice, and they made it so it looks old, like with the black around the rim and stuff. I've got 3 Fanons, and I'm well pleased with each one. Only one match tonight. So I had planned on doing a what do you call it? Friday night pipe chat by the water. It would have been a Friday, just a normal Friday pipe chat, but we got more snow. We got terrible snow on Thursday. Everything was canceled. It was that wet, heavy stuff, and it was too heavy to too wet to use the snow blower. So of course I had to do it. Well, my son and my son helped me, and we did the whole driveway by hand. We have one of those. I spoke too soon. I gotta relight it. We have one of those it's like a, you push it, you like slide it across, and then when you get to where you want, you just kind of push at it quick, and then it slides right off. I tell you what, if I didn't have that, I don't know what I would have done. Because you couldn't lift it. Well, you could have lifted it, but I mean, it would have taken you forever, and you'd have broke your back by the time you're done. In fact, the end of the driveway where the snowplow would go, it was all packed, and that was really hard. And when I got done, we had a hot tub, and I jumped in the hot tub just to, because I mean, I could hardly move. I could hardly walk back up the driveway. It was, I mean, that was bad. It was so, like, rock solid ice. So I had a nice chat with a good friend last night, and he's not a presenter, but he's part of the YTPC, Fiddle and Pipe. John is a great guy. So it was really neat. Honored to call him a friend. So not much stuff really going on. If you watch some of I did a first part of reading my story. A lot of people have been asking if I would read it, so I thought I'd try, just read a bit of one. And I believe 9 people commented that they liked it and they wanted to see a second part, so I really appreciate it. Those that watched it and those that commented that you liked it. If you watched it and you didn't like it, that's fine too. So I've got a second part already made, and I have it that it's going to be released tomorrow. I think 5:30 Central Time. I'm just drinking leftover soda pop that I had earlier today. My cup of tea's, I just brewed it, and of course it's steaming hot, so. So I'm really liking the Morgan's Bone poker pipe that I have. I've been taking that when I go for hikes and stuff. So, and I always fill this, and I can't rave about this more. Raving about this enough, I should say, this tobacco pouch. It was a merchant service one. It's all leather. It's a soft leather. It's not fake, it's soft leather. It's nice, and it's old school. So yeah. I can pack about 2 ounces in there. It's got the surgical leather glove material, so it doesn't dry it out. So I take this, put it in my pocket, and take my Bones pipe, because I figure if I lose it, drop it, or break it, whatever, I won't cry too much. And for the price of those bone ones, you can't hardly go wrong, really. You can get a high-end corn cob for the same price. So yeah, I don't know if I'd buy another one. I'd buy another one if this one broke. So I'm really liking my Nording poker, and I've been looking online at different Nording pipes, and I don't know when I'll be buying another new pipe. I need a new pipe, like I need a hole in the head, but I know what I'm gonna get when I do decide to pull the trigger and get one, and it's gonna be a Nording. If their cheap one though, the one I got, like their cheap low quality one, is as nice as it is. Then they're a pretty nice company as far as I'm concerned. Just my own personal opinion. Out in the Fisherman's Nook. I've had a couple people ask about the Fisherman's Nook. So I have a lot of new subscribers. So if you haven't gone back, I did maybe early in the fall. I did a video of the whole inside of. So I did like 2 parts. One was the outside of the Fisherman's Nook, and the second one was the inside. And I was talking to a couple of guys about your own little personal man cave / smoking area, and like asking my advice. And I said, well, when I wanted to make it or get it all done up, I wanted it to be, so this is my advice if you guys are considering this and wondering, what should you do with it and everything. I wanted to make it so it was somewhere where I couldn't wait to be in. And I was successful, because I actually feel bad when I leave it. Sometimes I nearly got a bigger shed, and it wasn't that much more. which I'm kind of glad I didn't. For one reason is I found out later that you needed a building permit for anything larger than what I've got, which wouldn't have been that big of a deal because it was already pre-made and they brought it here. But you would also needed a permanent foundation for it. But I would have liked to have made like a little bar, little like English pub area on one end of it. But maybe it's a good thing I didn't do that also, because that would encourage me to want to sit and have a few drinks. And I don't need any extra encouragement for that. So did you see that? They shot out all the old ash. So anyways, so don't really have much to talk about. Nothing much really new happening. We were spoiled for most of January, weather-wise. And now, or most of it, what is it now, the 19th today or the 20th? So now there's no nice days in the foreseeable future, for the forecast anyways. So anyhow, it's kind of depressing because, as I said, I've been enjoying walking by the water every weekend. And then on Fridays off is what I usually do is I drop my wife off at work. She works at 10, and then I drive down by the water and go for a nice hike. And then my son's girlfriend's been out of the state for a couple weeks, so him and I have been walking, and then on Saturdays and Sunday mornings. So now I won't be able to do that for a while. I can still walk, but I can't go where I like to go. So anyways, guys, this is a bit of a boring one, sorry. Let's finish it off with a dad story. I was naughty. I'd tease my dad and get him going on purpose. I wish now I could go back and not do it, but it's who I was. He used to sit at that. I told you, if you watch my stories, he'd sit in there always this, like, it was like the counter came down, and then there was like this little bar around the kitchen counter, and he'd sit there with his chair, and he'd have his head down because he'd be so drunk. Cigarette in his hand and his beer in his other hand. His head down. Of course, the TV would always be blasting. And I'd sit in the end. There was a chair at the end of the living room, and I'd sit on that chair and I'd go, "Hey, Dad," and he'd lift his head up. He'd say, "What, Michael?" And I'd say, I'd say something, but I purposely would mumble it. I'd say, "Hey, Dad, you want to go to the store?" And then and then I just thought we could do that. And then, like, "What do you think?" And you say, "What did you say?" So I said, "You want to go to the store?" And then we could do that. And I don't know. I thought maybe we could. And what do you think? I didn't hear a thing you said. Say it again. I said, I'm not saying it a third time, Dad. Just tell me, damn it all, he'd say. I said, I'm not saying it anymore. He'd get so mad. He'd take his fist. He'd yell, F it! As he hit the counter. And then I'd say, you're all mad at me now, aren't you, Dad? He'd say, no, I'm not mad at you, okay? And I'd say, yes, you are. You're all mad. And he says, you'll know when I'm mad at you. I said, how will I know? And he said, because I'll call you by your full name, okay? Damn it all. So then I'd say, you've never called me by my full name. He said, Michael, I always have to call you by your full name, okay? And I said, you've never called me by my full name. Well, by the end, he'd be yelling, Michael Stephen Durkis, screaming it. And then I'd say, see, you're all mad at me, aren't you? He'd say, go get me another beer. My poor dad. All right. See you guys later. Keep your pipes lit. And if you don't want to watch that, me reading, don't watch it. You should see all the subscribers I've lost. I figure, oh well. If they would drop you because of me reading a bit of a story, then I'm sure they've got their good reasons and want to go elsewhere. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.